Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought I would show you some major cleaning motivation. I spent 3 whole days cleaning my entire house, and I'm talking about deep cleaning, getting behind things like the fridge and scrubbing those dirt spots that we don't get to on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully today will give you that major Monday cleaning motivation that you need. So today I wanted to basically focus on deep cleaning the kitchen, such as the oven, the fridge and the pantry. And I also have another special deep clean for you guys, which is the desk. This was something that I decided to do last minute, but I'm so glad that I did it. So make sure you watch all the way to the end to see the desk transformation. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Tiana. I do lifestyle, motherhood and cleaning videos. And just like this one, if you do enjoy it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and click that subscribe button to see a ton more motivating videos, because we are doing a series here on YouTube called Motivational Monday, where we tackle deep cleaning projects around the house. And I just wanted to say that it's totally okay if you just do one little bit at a time, because that's what I did. Last week I actually did the surface areas of the kitchen, but now we're getting in and behind all the itty gritty parts that get well neglected. And I think it's so good to be able to deep clean certain areas at least once to twice a year minimum, but I understand how hard it is to get to those little spots. So I feel like the camera doesn't really do it justice, but behind the fridge was so dirty. It was so dusty, and there was actually a bunch of blueberries that I had to pick up as well. I don't know how they got there, but they were so dry. But now I'm just wiping down the side of the fridge because it's an area that gets well neglected, and I just used a baby wipe for this because it was just something on hand. And guys, it was actually so dirty. So I like to put all my magnets and any like paperwork on the side of the fridge where it's not as visible, just because I don't like a bunch of clutter on the front of the fridge. However, our freezer is kind of like the command station of the kitchen. So I feel like when you clean with a toddler, you're running around in circles, so you'll probably find a little bit of repetition in these videos. But just right now, I'm just stacking and unstacking the dishwasher because there was a pile up in the sink. I try to do it as I go, but if I don't unstack the dishwasher first thing in the morning, then stuff like this happens. So what can you do? You just gotta breathe through it and clean through it. So I actually wasn't going to do the oven on this particular day, but then I opened it and I was just like, nope, it needs doing so bad. Like, it was so gross, guys. We put this foil at the bottom to try and catch any oils, but guys, it was an old piece of foil and all the oil kind of like went through and it was stuck on, and my hands were so sticky. So I was like, no, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and deep clean the oven, because this is an area where I neglect and I probably should do it more. So right now I'm just trying to pick off all the foil, and guys, it was so gross on my fingers. I don't know about you, but I have like a few sensory issues, and I feel like I cannot stand sticky things on my fingers. Like, I don't know, anything sticky, nah, can't deal with it. So I did try and clean this tray off with dishwashing liquid, but guys, it just was not doing the job. So I ended up putting bicarb soda on it, because bicarb soda is a great abrasive, like that is gentle. So that also didn't really work, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna stick it in the dishwasher and hope for the best, and that seemed to do the job. I don't know if it was all three things combined that kind of helped, but it definitely made things come up a lot more cleaner. The oven is well overdue, and I'm just going to probably dust this part up and then put vinegar and bicarb on to sit for 24 hours. I decided to actually vacuum up all the crumbs. None of this was like wet or like sticky, so it vacuumed up completely fine. And if you do have a handheld vacuum, it definitely makes it a lot easier compared to crumbs falling everywhere. I just use my handheld attachment, so yeah. So what I'm doing now is spraying down the whole oven with some vinegar spray, and then I'm going to sprinkle a base of bicarb soda on it, and then I'm going to let this sit for 12 to 24 hours. This is so it can really get in and break down those grease spots. I also sprayed more vinegar on top of the bicarb to make like a bubbly solution. Another kitchen job that I really wanted to do today was our cupboard. It was so overdue, and we have a storage system with these salmon colored baskets, which I really like. I think it works really well for small pantries, but there was just a lot of stuff in there that we couldn't actually eat on a plant-based diet, or just stuff that was overdue with its expiry date, and I just wanted to go through and just reorganize things into containers and just clean it up. So the reason why we have like food in there, such as that Milo tin, was because like when my sister lived with us, she'd bring it over, or just like when people would stay over, they'd like bring their own food sometimes, and like it would just end up in our pantry. And then we'll just keep it just in case they want it later or something like that. But no, it's probably been about 12 months and I think it needs chucking out. So I just pulled everything out like Marie Kondo way, and I'm going to be cleaning the pantry, vacuuming it and wiping it down before I put anything else in there. I'm just wiping down all of the trays, and giving them a good wash because they seem to accumulate a lot of dirt. Again, you can't really see how gross it actually is on camera, but it was really sticky and just was nasty and needed a clean. So I'm doing that with all the baskets as well, and I'm going to pull everything out and resort it. So a great way to save money and reorganize your cupboard is just to use old jars. Even if you could get all the lids to match, that would be perfect. I don't really mind if like the lids are mismatching, but I love doing this because your jars are coming into your household anyway, so you may as well utilize them. And I just love having things all like in clear visible packaging. I wish I had more jars because I would do like pretty much everything, but unfortunately I don't, because when we moved, I don't know why, but I chucked them out. So next time I think I'm just gonna go on a jar collection harvest thing, but I'm just using this coffee jar as well, but I have to take off the stickers, which is so annoying. So I just like basically scrub it with a scourer and some hot water and some dishwashing liquid, and that seems to do the trick. So the way that I sort my baskets out is by grains, cereals and snacks, canned goods and oils, and then I have a spice rack, I have a baking rack, and then I have a Theodore snack rack because he tends to like snack on different things compared to us. And then with the grains, I'll just like chuck in any miscellaneous things like nuts, or like in the cereal box I'll have our smoothie ingredients, and that seems to work really well. On the bottom shelf, it's just kind of like the dog food tray that I use. I don't worry about putting a basket there because we just use the lids to the baskets. And then on the top shelf there's no basket, but I'll put things that are not so much used, such as like protein powder or white flour or stuff like that, like spare salt or spare sugar. And yeah, it's just really nice to have designated spots for things.
I told you if we dance in the blizzard, we are not getting cold. So keep on dancing, baby.
pantry didn't seem to be too dirty. It makes so much of a difference afterwards when it's all cleaned, organized, and all the food is fresh. Like, it just feels so much better to have that new, like, feeling. I don't know, it's just really nice to have an uplift of things when you deep clean it. It's like clicking that refresh button. But now I'm just moving on to the toys. Again, this happens so much. I will clean other areas of the house, and then my son Theodore will come into the lounge room. This is like his play area, but he will completely take over with his Thomas track or like any cars and stuff. I don't mind because it literally takes like 2 minutes to pack it up, and I always seem to pack it up after he goes to sleep, but soon I want to get into the routine of him helping me. But he seems to get excited and wants to play with it more, and he's just 2, so I'm not too worried.
So diamond rings, all I ever need, all I ever need is here with you. There's a place where we can go, where it's always shining like the snow. Listen to your heartbeat, don't you know that I just wanna be with you. Baby, there is a place where we can go, where it's always shining like the snow. Listen to your heartbeat, don't you know that I just wanna be with you.
So it is the 3rd day, and today I wanted to really get stuck into things like cleaning up the skirting boards, finishing off the oven, which is well overdue.
I'm gonna hold you tight, 'cause you're the only thing that I can't lose. I never needed you to give me things, I never needed gifts or diamond rings. All I ever need, all I ever need is here with you. There's a place where we can go, where it's always shining.
So again, I'm using the little attachment to really get into the nooks and crannies of all the carpet areas, such as this like meeting between the kitchen and the carpet. And I don't know why our rental decided to put carpet where the kitchen meets. It's totally weird to me. In my opinion, I probably would have like tiled the whole of downstairs, but yeah, it's so weird. And then I'm just going to be going around the house and doing that to all the little like groove areas, especially the stairs. I feel like so much dog hair gets caught up in the stairs.
You get me things, but I don't care. Baby, there is a place where we can go, where it's always shining like the snow. Listen to your heartbeat, don't you know that I just wanna be with you. Baby, there is a place where we can go, where it's always shining like the snow. Listen to your heartbeat, don't you know that I just wanna be with you.
Got so tired of waiting, got tired of the chase. I've been feeling like lately there's nothing in the way. Getting so impatient, need to get away now with you. With you. Are you out there dancing alone?
So now that the oven has been sitting for about, it was probably about 20 hours now, I'm just re-wetting it with vinegar, and I just grabbed a boiling water bowl with like dish soap and a scourer, and I'm going to just scrub it until all of the like gunky, greasy, solid stuff comes off. It came off quite easily, but I still have to admit that I had to put a little bit of elbow grease in.
You look good in the rain, and I know once that you're mine. You better turn up. catch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true love, true to love. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this.
So I did struggle with the inside of the oven. I found that there was a few grease spots that weren't really coming up, and I decided to scrape them with a knife. They still weren't really coming up. It was like this when we moved in, so I'm not really sure if like it's permanently like that, but look how gross the water is, guys. So I did the best that I could to my ability, and then I wiped it all out with the spray and wipe and a dry cloth, and it came up so shiny, guys. Like, I don't think I've ever seen it this clean. So today I had a bit of laundry that I wanted to go through and hang out on the line. I love hanging things out on the line because they just get that really nice fresh scent of laundry. I don't know, like it's just different compared to like putting it in a dryer. We don't even own a dryer, but yeah. So whenever I'm free, like around the house, I'll just pick wipes up and just wipe surface areas like this sink, and I just feel like by doing little things here and there, that just helps maintain the area. For example, in the shower, we have the dish, like I guess shower scrubber in there anyway, and if I'm in the shower, I'll quickly like scrub it down, and that just helps maintain it. Alright guys, we are moving on to the fridge, and my fridge actually isn't too bad. I did get rid of all the gross food last week. However, it does need a good wipe out. I can't even remember the last time I wiped it out. There is like drinks spilled and soy sauce, and Theodore just gets in there and runs amok. So I'm going to be tidying that up and taking everything out. I like to take everything out just like Marie Kondo because I find that it's easier to get rid of stuff and to visually see an empty like spot is easier to clean instead of like trying to work around things. So I'm just using my DIY multi-purpose cleaner, and I'm just scrubbing down any areas, well, all the areas of the fridge.
This is the time. Look into your eyes. I look into your eyes. No longer mine. No, you're no longer mine. The silence will come. The silence will come.
I feel like it makes a huge difference when you have a visually clear fridge. I always like to try and give things their own space and not try to stack up too many things. That way, like, we can eat what we can see instead of things getting shoved to the back and getting wasted.
I can stand to feel this way. My body's screaming out your name. Didn't want to say goodbye to you, but you're gone. Oh, I wish the sun.
last minute, but I pulled out the desk and was like, you know what, we already pulled out the fridge today, we may as well do behind the desk, which was super dusty. I needed to give it a good vacuum and then wipe it down because the skirting boards were way overdue and there was just like a lot of crumbs and just clutter that collected around. I guess it hasn't been moved in a whole year, so it was the chance to wipe it down.
No longer smells like it do. I can stand to feel this way. My body's screaming out your name. Didn't want to say goodbye to you, but you're gone. Always I want to go. Pictures of you in my head. I want to go. Always the sun.
So as I was wiping down the chair, I thought, you know what, I may as well just take everything off the desk and just pull the top part of vinyl off. If you watched my video in the past, you would have saw me doing this. Actually, no, I didn't even post it because I never even finished the full desk, but I just kind of 3/4 did it and just left it because it was a really big job. It took me about 6 hours to do, but you know what, I'm so sick of it. It's like falling apart, it's half done and it just needed to come off. So I decided to rip the vinyl off and boy did I not like that. Honestly guys, it took so much longer than what I expected. I wanted to give up. It was so tedious, but we didn't. We got through. And if you have like a chore around your house that you are halfway in but you kind of want to give up, don't guys, just push through and you will feel so much better afterwards. I'm so glad that it's finished and now I don't have to look at the ugly vinyl. And eventually I wanted to paint this desk white, but I think I'm just going to chill with its natural color for a moment. I'm kind of vibing it right now.
Maybe hang up the phone. I got roses on my bed. I got pillows for your head. I got everything we need right here. We be up all night through the highs and the lows. We be picking fights till it's out of control. Then we say sorry like it's nothing. Yes, that's how we roll. The highs and the lows.
So I am just putting some essential oils in the filter of my vacuum just to spruce up my house. This is a great way to just make your house smell so nice because it literally goes through all of the fibers of your carpet and it stays like this for a few days. So I'm just going to vacuum up the lounge room and the rest of the house and then I'm going to finish up by mopping.
Promises I will keep. I got roses on my bed. I got pillows for your head. I got everything we need right here. We be up all night through the highs and the lows. We be picking fights till it's out of control. Then we say sorry like it's nothing. Yes, that's how we roll. The highs and the lows. Oh, 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 oh. So call me on a call.
I moved my plants and yeah.
I belong to you. I belong to you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust. And I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else. Yeah. Let you down.
I really hope you found some cleaning motivation from this 3-day cleaning bender video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and click that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to see more cleaning videos like this, and to join us with Motivational Monday, which is happening every single Monday. And yeah, have a good one. Bye guys.